Hello, hello. Is anybody here? Let's see, live chat. Okay, pretty sure I can see that plus sign. Start a poll. No, I don't want to do that. Hi, Lisa. How are you? I'm on my phone tonight, and I'm glad I am because my computer is acting up. I need a new computer, but you know that'll just come. I'm good. It was a long, tiring week because of the time change. How'd you get through the time change? I'm gonna get these. So tonight I'm gonna do these two decks because they have prompts on them for writing. So I'm gonna pull those. I'm gonna try to get in. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just wish they would leave it alone and let us be like, fine, it's fine, right? You don't need to just pick one. If you could pick either this time or the other time, the fall time, which one would you pick? I'm gonna try to get on my computer too so I can write stuff out when we pull our stuff and share. Of course, it's not. Yeah. I know. I mean, I like the lighter, like in the evening, but also when it gets to like dark at 9 o'clock, I'm not a huge fan of that. So I don't know. I think we would get used to either. Although, yeah. Although, like in the winter, maybe it would be nicer to have like lighter mornings and be easier to wake up if we just kept it so that it was lighter in the morning and then changed it in the fall, or stayed that way, because eventually we'd get the times would even out and we'd have longer days and shorter nights anyways. So I don't know, but yeah. Do you have any? Let's see. Yeah, it's hard, and I already have a hard time getting up, so. Hi, Susan. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Glad it's Friday. I'm getting into my computer so I can write our prompts down when we're ready to go. But my computer, as you guys know, is funky. Susan, we were just talking about the time change and how it is a pain in the butt. Let's see. Hi, Sacred Vibes. How are you doing? You wanted to drink? Oh, good. A slightly drunk sounds like a perfect. Where'd you have? I know you posted somewhere, but I didn't check to see what you posted. Hi, Misty. I was just watching your video earlier about the little egg thing. He's so cute. I'm gonna do that, I think, tomorrow. Let's see if I can get myself in here. No, wait. Okay. So I'm gonna do the Woodland Wardens one, and then I realized that also the this one, it's the Green Witches Oracle deck. Do any of you have this deck? Ooh, Moscow Mule's perfect. Does anybody have this deck? I got it, and I haven't it hasn't really been like my favorite deck, but I do like the prompts in it. Let's get this out of the way. All right, let me see. View my channel. I'm trying to pick me up. It's got a beautiful, like, the box is really pretty. I love that. And it's like kind of in sections. So it's got, what do we have here? Well, maybe the book is a better place to look at it. So it's got like just different sections, like watering can, which is kind of a weird, rain, hearth, bird, pine, rosemary, leaves, soil, and then it does have, I think, like, oh, all the, you know, like spring, summer, autumn, winter. So yeah, it's got some different stuff in it. But that'll be a good one for us too. Oh, thank you, honey. My husband just brought me coffee because I'm tired. And oh, thank you, honey. Oh, my husband just brought me coffee. Sorry. Okay. So you guys are still here. You guys still here? Okay, let's do this. And then turn off that. Okay, good. Okay, cool. So I'm going to, I wanted to be in here so I wanted to get into my computer so that I can write our prompts down when we have them. Okay. I think there's always a little bit of a delay, which kind of annoys me. And I don't know why. I don't know if there's a way to fix this. Let me turn. So it's nice and sunny here in Northern California. How are your guys' weather? Getting bad weather, good weather? Nice and sunny? Cool. Rainy, oh no. Yeah, we had, I think probably maybe one of our last rains on what was it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that, beginning of the week. So bad weather was yesterday. Yeah. All right, let's see. Well, 6:08, let's get started. It's just a few of us, which is fine. And let's get started let's pull from the Woodland Wardens. Get that going. So I love this deck. It's very like sweet. Oh, I always leave the last card I choose or I pull. And I had last time, and it's been a little while, the Mouse and the Buttercup, in a sense. So it's like they're cute cards like those. Okay, I'm going to shuffle and then I'll pull us a couple of cards from this deck. What do we need to know and what can we write about? Let us know. Oh, well, I think those were our two. How funny. Two of them came out. So I think those were the two that were meant for us. So put these back in here. And then get started on. Okay. So our first one is the Beaver and the Birch, and that is home. You can see that, the Beaver and the Birch. It says home underneath. So let me pull that one, and then we'll see what we got. So it's number 30. All right. Way further. I'm not great. This has the numerical, what do you call them? is it, what do you call those numbers? The X's and the I's and the stuff. I don't remember. Okay, so the meaning for this one is home. The beaver works hard to build the lodge where it raises its young. Using twigs, grasses, rocks, and mud, it constructs a safe environment for its family, as well as a natural habitat for migrating birds. Birch trees symbolized new beginnings, and they seldom grow alone. In medieval Europe, they were used as maypoles in pagan celebrations of midsummer. Because their wood was thought to protect the young and ward off evil spirits, it was often used to build cradles. Okay, so I think we got this upright. We're going to call this one upright because I think that's why I picked it up. Upright, now is time to focus on nesting, homesteading, and settling down. Decorate and tend to your environment in a way that supports a feeling of home. And our prompts are, what do I appreciate about, I'll start over. What do I appreciate about my home? And is my home a place or a feeling? So I'm going to put that down for us as our first prompt. Yes, Roman numerals, that's what it is. Prompt number 1 is, what do I appreciate about my home? Okay. And then also number 2 is my home a place or a feeling? Okay, so, and that was, I'm going to put underneath it that was, those are for the card, the Woodland, Wardens, card, Beaver, and Birch. Okay. All right, so that's that guy. I wish I had a stand where I can put them so you guys could look at them. Okay, and then we got the frog and the lotus, and we got that reversed. So I'll read both reversed and the other one. But here she is like that. So we have the frog and the lotus. There we go. Okay. That's number 6. Number 6. Okay. And let's see, the frog and the lotus, and it's Metamorphosis. This card reminds us that change is natural, rebirth is possible, and a healing balance can be achieved. The frog, developing as it does from a tiny tadpole, symbolizes transformation. The lotus flower, too, symbolizes rebirth, unfurling even amid murky waters. Going through such a change can be difficult and a struggle, but the resulting metamorphosis opens us to growth, self-acceptance, and happiness. Hi, Bella. You're good. We just started. I put the prompts up for the first card we pulled. Here's the first card. It's the beaver and the birch tree. And then we just have the frog and the lotus, and we got it reversed. So I'm going to, hi, Erla. I'm going to read, let's see, the reverse now. You cannot control everything in your life. Change is part of nature, and it must be allowed to take its course. Remember that great beauty can result from metamorphosis. So our questions are, what can I change in myself or my life for the better? The second question is, how can I be more accepting of change I cannot control? Okay, I'm going to write that down. It's the Woodland Wardens deck. This one. I know it's backwards, but that's the deck. And this is Woodland Wardens. And it is card. We're doing the frog and the lotus. Frog and lotus. The frog. I can't type. Frog and lotus. Number 1 is, what can I change in myself or my life to for the better? Let me. Okay, so that's our first question for that one. And if you got here late, the other questions are up there, and these have two questions each, but you know, obviously pick whatever you want. How can I be more accepting of change Oh, cool. It's not backwards. I'm glad. Good to know. How can I be more accepting of change? I cannot control. Okay. All right. So I was going to pull 2 from those, and then I also realized that the Green Witch Oracle deck also has prompts, and I'm trying to use it a little bit more because I was saying earlier that it doesn't really call to me often. Like the Woodland Wardens one, I like to use a lot for just kind of like a morning pull, or, you know, just having that like quick and easy. Hi, Disco. Hi. I pulled 2 from the, actually, let's leave these out so we have them out. Pulled 2 from the Woodland Wardens, and I put the prompts above. But I pulled, and I think you have this deck. So I pulled the Frog and the Lotus reversed, and then I also the Beaver and the Birch. And we're going to go on to, let's leave those out, leave our book out. And then let's pull something from the Green Witch Oracle deck. So that's the next one, because it also has prompts. And I know that there's also a book, the Green Witch book, that I think I actually might have gotten that for my sister for Christmas, but I don't remember if that's the exact one I got this. But like I was saying, this deck is not doesn't call to me often, so I should probably work with it a little more and see if it does. So for me, my comments come up as yellow. Do they come up as yellow for you guys, or is it just like my name? My name is highlighted. Is it just highlighted for me? Because I wonder if that's like a thing. I don't know. I don't often see that on other people's lives, so maybe it's just so that I know what I wrote. Okay, I'm going to do a little concentration here. What do we need to hear? What does the sister collective need to hear? What can we write about? What can we journal today? Okay. The last 2 came out. If you got here late, the last 2 came out. They fell out, and I planned to pick 2, and they fell out. So I was like, all right, those are ours. Okay. I'm going to go with this middle one that's pretty prominent. Okay, so we got mushroom. This is really cute. I do love the art in this. It's adorable. So we have our mushroom. Sorry, and I don't know how to make it focus. There, maybe that's better. Yeah. So we have mushroom. Recycling, breaking down problems. Okay. Okay. I'll read a little bit. All right, cool. I'm glad everybody could make it. Okay, so let's look at our book. Okay, so one of the things about this book is it doesn't have an index. So you have to like search through, and there's probably a way to like, I mean, maybe there's like a rhythm to it or sections that I'm not grasping, because sometimes that happens. So, you know, maybe I just need to work with it more and figure out where things, or maybe it's meant to be like, well, I know that, okay, part of it is that the author wants you to do your own kind of thought about it instead of going straight to the book, which is fine. I'm not that, like, I need a little more than just words and a picture. Hopefully someday I can get that far, but here's our little, you know, like in case maybe you guys can get something from it more than I can. There's this is right here. I don't know how clear it is, but this is like a skull, like a jaw, like the top of a jawbone. And there's a butterfly, there's butterflies and stuff. And the words are recycle, breaking down, and it's mushroom. So let's find that in the book. Okay, cool. All right, let's find mushroom, which might take me, oh, it's right there. Okay, cool. All right. So, recycling, breaking down problems. Card meaning. A mushroom's main purpose is to aid in decomposition. They use enzymes to break down decaying organic matter, feeding themselves in the process. Mushrooms and other fungi are also part of the greater mycelial network, a vast interconnected network of hair-like roots that transfers information to not only other fungi, but plants and trees as well. The mushroom card supports you as you break down problems into smaller issues and work to solve them separately to make incremental advances in life. The discoveries you make with every step forward can be used to nourish and enrich future projects. So, a reflection. Have you run into a challenge that may be best? Let me start over. Have you run into a challenge that may best be addressed if broken down into smaller pieces? Okay, so I'm gonna read. I'll write this down, but I want to read what people are saying. Okay, so Erla says, I struggle with intuitive reading because I doubt myself with interpreting things correctly. Yeah, me too. I think a lot of us doubt ourselves because, well, we're women and society kind of doesn't want us to use our intuition, because if we all did, you know, we'd be a lot more powerful. Lisa said me too. Disco said me too. Yeah, frustrating. Well, we need to work on that. So maybe next time, maybe next time we'll just do a pull 3 from this deck, and we can do without anything, and just leave it at that. Like, just pull them. I'll say the words, or maybe just a few different decks, and then we can see what we all come up with and talk about it later. And because nobody's going to be wrong, we're all going to be right. Or maybe we'll leave that for when we're done this and practice a little bit more. Anyways, doesn't matter. So that was mushroom. I'm going to write down our stuff for us here. So this is from the green, which is Oracle deck. Okay. And our prompt is, thank you for being patient. Okay, so mushroom, recycling, breaking down problems, and our prompt is, have you run into a challenge that may best be addressed if broken down into smaller pieces. Okay, so we have our prompts that we have ready to go. So I'm going to put my timer on my watch, and we'll do, is everybody good with half an hour? I'm starting a half an hour. You can write as long as you want, obviously. I'm going to see if I can get some music for us. Let's see. All right, let's do it. Okay, kids, we're done journaling. Well, I am. I switched my book because I realized I got this little, it's adorable, this little book of shadows from the Witch casket. But it's like, I don't know, my hands, I have hand problems anyways, so writing with this little, on this little book was not good. And so I broke out the book that I got the other day. It's so cool. I got it from Amazon. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't too expensive for what it is. And I really like it. It's got these big lined kind of cream colored pages. So yeah, it's exciting. How did everybody feel about that? How'd we do? What prompts resonated with you guys? What did you write about? Hopefully I didn't lose everybody. Okay. Should I turn the music back on? I think I can only write for about half an hour, and then I wrote about my home too. Are you happy with your home, Susan? Does it feel like a home for you? I kind of went off on a tangent too on the last one. It was actually a good one. Yeah, I like the big journals are good. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm happy with my home too. It's a cute little place built in 1949. It's like tiny. Well, it's not tiny. It's, plenty big for my husband and myself and my little dog. And yeah, 2-bedroom, 1-bath kind of little place. We have a big backyard, and it's like a fixer-upper. We have lots of projects we have to do on it, but that's all coming. So Oh, for the first time since you were young. I love that. That's so great. Yeah, it's hard to find places that you're comfortable in, or I mean, you have to deal with neighbors and just locations. It was interesting. There was a one prompt about if a place, what does it say? Let me look at it real quick. So I get the wording right. Right. But we said, let's see. Oh, is my home a place or a feeling? And like people are always like, oh, home is where the heart is. And that's like for sure true to some extent. But you also have like the where homes have energy, and you could be a weird landlord, or it could be your neighbors, or it could be that it has so many problems that you don't feel comfortable in it, or it just doesn't have a great energy, or you're in like kind of a space where that type of a house isn't great for you. So I think it kind of has to be both. I've lived in places that like I've made a home, but I definitely prefer a place that has both. It has its energy that makes you feel really comfortable and safe. And I think those are like the biggest things in a home for me, are like safety and comfort. Yeah, like Disco says, it's so important to, that little thing is in my way, secure in both, to feel secure in both homes, physical and mental. Yeah, it's yeah, it's a definite, like you gotta feel safe in your home, with the people you live in, with your in your home, with your um the surroundings, your neighbors, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was an interesting one to think about. It's not something like you would commonly just be like, I'm gonna write about this. But yeah, I found that interesting, and I kind of like the home I'm in now feels kind of like a grandma, like somebody who, like a kind of chubby, soft grandma who gives you a big hug, and like it smells like baked bread when you come inside, kind of a thing. Bella says, I'm getting back to the safety feeling of the pandemic. Yeah, that, I mean, I think we all kind of felt a little like, oh man, we're all stuck in our houses. But yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, my house is really interesting. Like it's built in 1949, and they built my home, the homes we live in, for people returning from the war. So I live in one of the most diverse places in my city, which is really nice because there's like, I call it Little Mexico, so I feel at home in that way. Um, but also just like it feels like it's had kind of this motherly, grandmotherly like vibe to it all along. So yeah. Yes, and because of my ex-husband, never felt, yeah. So like the people you live in, or live with, can make you feel super unsafe, and that doesn't feel like a home. And even if like you live in that home and they leave, or you get them out for some reason, and then you can still feel that energy. um my sister's actually currently going through a breakup with somebody, and it wasn't physical or abusive or anything, but it was like she's moving her room to another room so that she doesn't have to be in her bedroom anymore, where she has those memories that are hurtful for her. So yeah, like we all have this kind of big attachment, and stuff holds energy, like it obviously does. We things, if you have fights and you have things that happen, it can be really um yeah, make you not feel safe. Let's read what Erla said. We moved into this house when I was 13, and it never felt like home to me. And then my husband and I moved back in when my dad passed, and we never completely decluttered things and unpacked ours. Ooh. Are you moving though, Erla? Like, I think you said you were moving at some point. So maybe you don't want to unpack, but it feels like, yeah, maybe you want to do some uncluttering there, and that may be some work to do. Yeah. I am a future tripper and never let myself feel like anything is permanent. Yes. Okay. Okay. I totally relate to that. So it was so weird. We bought this house, and it was like a miracle buy. Like we didn't have it was like the cheapest house in the area. It was a total fixer upper, but I walked in, I was like, this is my house. And we just had enough to get everything by. We got a certain kind of loan, all that kind of stuff. But before that, and being here too, I like never put things on walls. I never bought myself like a style. Like it would always take me so much um to kind of be somewhere and to be here and to know that this is my place and I can like put things on the walls and I can paint the walls a color that I like. Like I totally relate to that. I moved around a lot when I was a kid, and I think if you have trauma, that also causes this kind of like, oh, we might have to up and go, that kind of a thing too, where you're not settling into putting down roots somewhere. And that can be really, I don't know that it's a bad thing necessarily, but if you are ready to, it does take some getting over that discomfort of kind of putting something down and putting things on walls, putting things in closets, like being like, okay, this is where I'm going to be. This is, anointing everything and like making it your place. Even like planting plants there or whatever that kind of a thing is, where it feels like yours and you're not going to up and go the next day kind of a thing. And that can happen with people who live in, like we have fires here. So people have trauma from that. Or if you moved around a lot or moved from family member to family member. Yeah, I think that's a big thing too. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow. Yeah. So I hope that someday you find a place that makes you feel like home. And then I wonder if there's a way to do it where you don't necessarily have to have a place, but you can kind of find some things that feel like yours and feel like, I know like this is going to sound weird, but when they like foster children, and Bella, if you're still here, you could kind of probably talk about this a little bit too. Like they get like, they try to give them things that they can take with them from home to home, because you need things that feel like they belong to you. So it's kind of the same thing as like having a home kind of a thing. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Wow. So I want to do next time, I want to do do our work on our intuition and get over some of that kind of humps and feeling like we're not trusting ourselves. I think that would be a really good practice for a lot of us. So we'll do that next time, which I think will be on the 30th. But I want to read what Erla just said here. I even do that with workplaces, my last few jobs, I never put things. Yes. I know. I get you there. Yeah, totally. So maybe that's something we can work on. Like maybe, put something somewhere, do a little bit of work just to, be there now, make it your home now. Okay. So I'm going to let you guys go. Have a wonderful weekend. We will see each other online, obviously on everybody's videos. And then we'll do the intuition work on the 30th. Same time, same place. And thank you guys so much for joining me. This is so fun. It's really good. Getting it all done. All right, you guys. Love you. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves. Do something in your home that makes you feel safe. All right. Bye.